What are things you need to know as being a foreigner coming to Thailand next? Hey guys, and welcome back to Fish and Chips. I'm your host, Randy. This is my boy Brian over here, my co-host.
What it do?
And today we want to talk to you about things you need to know if you're thinking about coming to Thailand as a foreigner. But before we even get into that, make sure that you like, you share, you comment. Say that with me. Like, share, and comment. That helps our channel to grow. So I'm going to get right into it. Brian, I know you experienced a lot as well coming over here. We both have been over a couple of months now about 3 months now, and things that we have experienced. And and so we can kind of basically tell you what we believe you should know if you plan on traveling abroad, especially to Thailand. And I'm just going to jump right into this because the first thing I can even think about is my money. What's considered over Thailand as Thai baht. So, Brian, what can we experience as relates to money? What do we need to do with our money when we're going over to Thailand?
Well, the first thing, so Thailand, as far as for a foreigner, cash is still king here. So you're going to need some dollars. I'm going to tell you that. And then most of the shops that we're in Pattaya, and a lot of these shops only operate in cash. So yes, you would want to exchange your money, and there's various places where you can exchange your money. Now, of course, you can get it from the airport, which the airport you're probably not gonna get the better rates, but that's the fastest way of getting cash, or just converting your cash. If you're coming from America, I'm pretty sure the same for the UK. And then there's also other exchanges outside of the airport and into the city, where I think you can get some better rates. And those little, I guess they're like booth, small booth, but you'll see it says like currency exchange, and you can exchange your money there, and I think you can get a better rate than you can from the airport, because of course.
So basically, they're all around the city. There are other places that you can basically,
most definitely,
transfer your money into Thai baht. But I also noticed too, if I use the ATM, I might be charged a high fee, right?
Yeah, I mean that's but. Say for example, if you're a foreigner, especially if you're coming from America, I don't know if it's the same for the UK, but if you're coming from America, the only way, and if you don't have any cash with you to exchange, well, the only way to get money out would be from your debit card, and you're gonna have to go to a ATM, and the thing is the fees are high here, so just expect that. So maybe you might want to take maybe a bigger lump sum at once, instead of doing a couple times, because you're going to get charged with ATM fees, and they are pretty high.
So basically you would say, hey, bring a lot of money with you that's cash first, and just versus using your ATM.
But the thing is, like, you don't want to carry too much cash, but I don't know what would be a good amount of cash to bring, because I know last time I brought like $1,000, and but again, the only thing is, it's good if you're staying here for like a week or two. But what about if you're staying here long term, like a month, 2, 3? Eventually that cash is gonna run out, and then, and then plus you don't bring too much cash. But what's a good amount to bring?
I agree with you. Like $1,000 in cash if you're gonna be here like 2 weeks, this type thing. But I think 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. If you're gonna be here like a 6-month period, go ahead and maybe open up a checking account here. To me personally, I think I would do that.
Well, then that means you have to open up like a Thai bank account.
Yeah, Thai bank account.
It's going to cost you some money and all that stuff. Now there's another. Now I've heard. I don't know if you've heard. Like, there's another solution to this, is opening up a Charles Schwab account, and they don't have like international, I guess, fees when it comes to the ATM withdrawals. So maybe next time I come to Thailand, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe something you guys might want to research before coming here, because eventually you're gonna need some cash, and you would want to maybe look into a Charles Schwab, because they don't charge you the international ATM fees when you withdraw money. So maybe that can be a good thing. Save you some money there in that aspect. But other ideas that you might have?
No, I think that's about it, that type thing. But just know, guys, that there are a lot of ATM machines around. There are places where you can change out your money as well. So you kind of find that maybe on every corner. So it's around. in the area. Number two, I would say social etiquette. When I first got here, there were a lot of people, that were kind of bowing sawadee or, this type thing. They're very, very polite here. Yeah. So I've learned to, as a sign of respect, to basically sawadee. It's just politeness, because everything here in Thailand, the people are very, very polite. Raising your voice or this type thing, it's like a sign of disrespect to them. So, try to be calm. They're very polite here, very, very, very nice. So that's one thing I did notice here, that the people are very, very polite. Yeah. So I try to show that same social etiquette back to them, and it has proved to be very good. And I've gained a lot of friendships just by being polite, because they're used to polite demeanors. Yeah. What would you say about that?
I totally agree. I mean, these people are just way too kind, way too kind, and everybody's happy and lovely here. I mean, me as a foreigner, I mean, I never want to come to a country and disrespect anybody. Exactly. Especially if they're showing you the greatest hospitality that you probably have ever seen in your entire life, and showing you that much love and kindness, everywhere you go, from the transportations to, the hotels or, Airbnbs or transportation, and just anywhere you go, it's just everybody's so nice and kind. And, I say this, you're in their land. Exactly. So, you also want to be careful, because they're also sweet, but I'm saying, and some of these people, I've heard stories where they end up missing, what I'm saying? So, but again, you're in their territory, you want to come as a foreigner, just being nice and polite and kind, you don't want to be rude and, mean to these people. I just couldn't do it. I mean, these people are just showing me so much love,
you're right. You're right. And I haven't met a rude person yet. Now I've met a lot of people. Hasn't been one person rude to me. So I think it's very important, your etiquette when coming here. Our next tip is transportation tips, and that could go a long way. Of course, they have the taxis, they have the toot, they even have the Grab. So there's so many ways that you can get around. But I think, Brian, you can expound on this a little bit more, because they talk about a lot of times you get in a taxi with the meter, they can sometimes try to cheat you, this type thing.
I mean, you just got to be careful when it comes to taxis. Because of course, like, they can get scammed. It's just because they know you're a foreigner. They can just not run the meter and just charge you a certain amount, and and of course they do this to a lot of foreigners, and this happens all over Thailand. So the best way, now if you're coming from America, I don't know if Uber's in the UK or anywhere else but America. But if you're coming from America, the closest thing to Uber is an app called Grab, or both. There's two apps, but the one I mainly use, I use Grab, and you can use that kind of like Uber, right? You order your ride, and it just shows up, and
even food.
It's literally, just think of Uber, with that Grab app. You just tell them where to put the address in, where you're going, and they put a price in there for you. It's a set price, and you confirm, you book it, and the guy comes pick you up, and it takes you to the destination. And honestly, I ain't gonna lie, it's cheaper, the transportation here than compared to Uber, because my drives are at least maybe $2 or $3.
Exactly.
Compared to, like, if in America, I might spend $15, $25 just going almost the same distance. So it's wild. There are also like motor taxis, which is even cheaper than a Grab ride or actual vehicle.
Yeah, but let's say this too. If you're gonna get the motor scooter, make sure you get the international driver's license. I think you can go online with that, right? And take what, 10 or 15 minutes to fill it out. You want to make sure you have that international driver's license if you're gonna do that.
But I was mentioning the motor taxis, the one you can also order the motor taxis. They come and pick you up, and they take you wherever, just like the Grab drivers do. It's just, I've heard that it's way cheaper, and that's how a lot of people transport here in Thailand. So you see a lot of those, but those are mainly the ones that as far as transportation goes.
And guys, also be very cautious of drivers offering you unsolicited tours, because a lot of times they take you to places where they're going to make great commissions, right? So just be very mindful of that, because if they're doing that, that's because they're going to make commissions somewhere, versus you just doing your own research and go where you want to go. That might be a little bit cheaper versus where they are taking you. And our next tip is language and communication. Learning the basic phrases like sawadi, which is hello, or kapkun, thank you. It goes a long way with the people here, shows a sign of respect, that you're trying to learn a little bit of their language and be respectful. How has that helped you, Brian? Because I know that you've been doing a lot of sawadis and kapkun.
Yeah, so I don't know too much Thai, but I just know, like you say your hellos and thank yous with the sawadi and kapun krap. So that's all I know. But I will honestly say that a lot of Thai people do know English here. It's not their best English, but they understand. But yeah, I mean, you eventually would want to learn the Thai language because not everybody.
Just in case,
it's just for the communication purposes.
Yeah,
because eventually not everybody know English, and so you want to be able to adapt to their language.
Exactly,
as well,
especially if you're going to the rural areas here.
Yeah.
You want to kind of know because they don't really know English that way. So it's good just to learn some little basic phrases. It has helped me out a lot.
But I would say, as far as in the touristic places, I would say almost everybody speak English. And as far as if you're in a hotel or airport or a restaurant, mostly all the servers or everybody would speak good English. So I would say as far as that. But if, like you were saying, like if you go outside of the touristic places and you kind of go to the rural places, yeah, you'll find people that can kind of barely speak a little English. And so that's when the communication would just say, for example, you meet somebody and then you like them, but then they don't speak the English part. And then, there is Google Translate, but it ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? So you want to be able to learn the language as well. I think it helps.
And there's a lot of online courses. You can learn little different short phrases to just communicate a little bit, just the basic stuff. How are you? Fine. You know what I mean? What are you doing today? Or how are you doing today? This type of thing. Just little things. Just showing the fact that you're trying to learn goes a long way. So our last tip is the food and water safety. Let's talk about the street food because we go a lot to the night markets and this type thing, and the food is really, really delicious. Thailand is famous for its street food, which is generally safe and delicious. However, choose vendors with a good turnover of customers and avoid food that has been sitting out for too long. And you could generally tell the food that's been sitting out there too long or nobody's really buying this type thing. And I generally go where everybody is buying constantly, consistently. The food looks good. It's hot. I mean, I haven't tasted anything yet that wasn't really, really delicious and good. I mean, from the sweets, the donuts, the lasagna, to the noodles, everything has been absolutely good and at a reasonable price. Been a very, very good definitely price. So that's what I love. So what has been your experience at the markets at nighttime?
I mean, as far as food here, I mean, there's a lot of food. There's a lot of food for everybody. Of course, their main dish in Thailand is the Thai food, and pad Thai. That's their main dish. But yeah, they still have food for like foreigners here. They got like the burgers, they got the pizzas, they got American food, American breakfast, the pancakes, the eggs, the chicken. If you want to be healthy, they got the quinoa. They cater to everybody. Now, of course, markets, the night markets are probably going to be like the cheaper compared to like maybe the cafes around here or the little restaurants. But still, I mean, the prices are still really reasonable, compared to American prices.
Exactly.
Like a healthy meal is still not that expensive compared to what I would be paying at Chipotle. You know what I'm saying?
And guys, understand, even if you might not like the night markets, they do have Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
They do have McDonald's.
They got Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. Yeah. They got a lot of nice restaurants that serve a lot of good, Americanized food.
So it ain't just seafood. They also American. They cater to everybody because they even got Indian food for Indian people.
They got everything.
Italian food for even they even got Mexican food for me. I mean, and the crazy thing, is stuff that we always talk about. The food that we always taste is probably the best we've ever freshest food we ever tasted. Compared to America. I'm just comparing this to America because we come from America and we tasted food there. And everything here is just organic and freshly made, and it's just my body is you know, is just really rejoicing.
Yeah. I mean, literally, I normally go to the restroom with number 2.
Oh,
maybe,
wait.
Maybe
talking about
once,
restrooms now.
Well, maybe once a day. Now I've been going like 3 times a day. I mean, my body's just like been working regularly. I'm feeling good, you know, feeling good about walking, everything. So it's just a beautiful thing.
So you can say that we're actually eating real food now.
Real food.
So what type of food are we eating in America?
I'm not going to say. But anyway, guys, again, there are places that you can go to for the foods that you might find in America. So, I mean, just last week, I had a chicken fried steak. I had a banana split at one of the restaurants. So you can find that good American food.
The main, you know, American food chain restaurants, you know, like your McDonald's, your Subways are here, your Starbucks if you like coffee. But man, these people got the best coffee in the world, you know. Not Starbucks, but you know what I'm saying, you drink some coffee from Thailand, you're gonna be like, whoa. Anyways, they got your Taco Bells and your Burger Kings, and then you say your KFC if you like fried chicken. So I mean, you got a lot of variety of food here in Thailand, which is amazing, you know, because I thought I was just gonna eat nothing but pad thai,
exactly,
and fried rice.
And guys, next, you know, make sure, you know, when you come in this way, make sure you have a lot of tank tops and shorts, because there's no reason to have a coat here. I mean, it stays, 80 to 90 degrees here.
Honestly, people here are like half naked most of the time, because there's a beach nearby. So everybody's just wearing tank tops, shorts. There's no need for you to bring pants. I mean, unless you're doing something formal here. But everybody's here is just tank tops, and shorts and sandals.
And the humidity here, it gets really, really kind of bad, you know. So you kind of want to make sure you bring clothing that's dressed for the occasion. Like you're finna go live out at the beach, you know, for a month or 2. That's what I would suggest. You know, bring it shorts, tank tops, something that's not going to get you hotter, or you know, the humidity will make you sweat like crazy, like I've done on many occasions. So make sure you bring in the right type of clothing. There's no need to put in your suitcase big boots or big old coats, because you're not going to use them. Lastly, I would say the water safety. So the last one is water safety. Make sure you still drink, you know, bottled waters. The water here is not that safe. Just like in America, I drink, you know, from the bottle. So just make sure you continue to drink from the bottle.
Look, guys, all I'm gonna say this, especially for you single guys that are coming here, make sure you hydrate yourself, because you're gonna do a lot of drinking here. And your body's gonna get dehydrated real quick. So just make sure you drink a lot of fluids, a lot of water. You know, that's also not just because of the drinking, but it's also hot here, and it's very humid. And so you sweat a lot, so you're losing a lot of nutrients. So
you said drinking. You talking about drinking like both. Beer?
That's what I'm saying. I was saying both. That's what I'm saying is just make sure you hydrate yourself.
Gotcha.
You know, replenish your nutrients, because you're gonna lose a lot of it by drinking, and then by sweating. And so just keep that in mind.
All right, guys. So there you go. Our tips if you're a foreigner and you're planning on coming to Thailand. We believe, I mean, these are things that we're actually experienced and have walked through over the last 3 months, and you know, has helped us immensely. So I hope that you enjoyed those tips, and maybe, you know, you get ready to plan a trip and this is something that you can use. So guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button, let people know. And also, if there's anything that you want us to talk about, make sure you put down in the comments. If you also experience or planning on coming here, let us know once you get here what your experience is like, and if these tips help you as well. So until then, we would like to thank you again for joining us. And this is Fish and Chips.